welcome to the sixth edition of ET BFSI Converge 2025. It's day one, and we are live from Mumbai. And today I'm joined by Mr. K.R. Jyothilal, Additional Chief Secretary, Finance Department, Government of Kerala. Welcome to the event, sir. So my first question to you would be: you're handling the finances at the state government of Kerala. What are the strategies in place to kind of accelerate growth in your state?
Yeah. Thank you, Economic Times, for organizing and inviting us. In fact, Kerala social indicators, we are one of the best in the world, and probably we are less than MMR, we are less than even US. Probably US also has to learn how we reach that. So now next stage is economic growth. I need to look at how I can grow my economy. Kerala being a knowledge-based economy, I need to focus on certain areas. We have got core competence. India's best scientists in this space. We have yeah, you need to generate wealth, create wealth. That means you have to make from the five elements. There are no sixth element. That means space is one. Then each of those elements, water, I got hydel, I got pumped hydro potential, I have the seas, even ocean wave energy. Energy is one of the areas where I can lot of attract more investment. Then I got the critical minerals, including largest deposit of thorium in the world, and 1 ton of thorium can make 1,000 gigawatt hour. That means 1,000 lakh crores worth of what is it? Apart from that, critical minerals, mines, then technology side, future technology like AI, quantum technology, and in fact, I supplied 30 lakhs to the entire world to carbonize the world. I can supply another 40 lakhs, skilling the global manpower for that. Global schools for future technologies and macroeconomics is another thing which you're working on it. Then how I can attract more investment. Capex investment, KIFBI is a good model, 90,000 crores we could invest. We have made alternate investment funds, one of the first states in the country to bring an AIF. So Invate and various other modes for financing such projects, and you need to continuously allow innovation to happen, so that you are ahead of the rest. You can come out of the middle income trap, like a company. Israel has come out through technology, or chaebols in South Korea could take it, or China has massive capex investment. So this need to say out of box thinking and innovative ways. So we are looking at how we can finance and bring in and we can supply the manpower requirement for the world. Wellness is another area, because Kerala is a land of Ayurveda and Siddhas, and in fact the global hub for cheapest the healthcare, a lowest rate and care economy. We have got an aging population, probably just like Japan. We are also going maybe 30% we may reach old age population. So care economy is another area. Then ecotourism, we have got almost 24 sanctuaries, and one state where it's a God's own country in that sense. And we are the transshipment hub of India. India being the largest market in the world. Now only we need to increase per capita income to $10,000. And the India's transshipment hub is Adani Port is in Kerala. So I am sure that will going to be, as Nostradamus has predicted, where the three oceans meet will drive the world economy and the world trade in the 21st century. Probably in the spice trade was one area where 12th century we are leaders in the world. The entire, probably Columbus would have also come to Kerala, use land, looking for the land of spices. Now we need to develop our shipping channels. We need to develop the infrastructure and making, so that world maritime trade also we have got a sizable share. So the blue economy is another big opportunity for Kerala to grow, and Kerala can be a hub for global trade and world trade. So I think that's a way. Through trade only we have progressed. I think like I got maybe 2,000 to 3,000 Venetian coins of 12th century, where the merchants of Venice used to come for the spice trade in the barter system. They purchase the spices, and probably first disruption in the world of business was spice trade. And probably we are in the last and lasting disruption of AI plus quantum and green hydrogen economy, which is coming. So we can play a big role, and our next focus is economic growth, and so that we are able to increase our per capita income to almost $10,000. So that is through technology, whether it is high-tech agriculture, productivity to 3 to 5 times, attracting more investment, like in Singapore has done. You give the land and power at the cheapest rate, what Semcorp did. So we should look at open integrated interactive energy grids and things like that. India is capable of, and the time for India to lead the world has come.
Sure, sir. That's an exhaustive list of initiatives and the areas you're focusing upon. We've also heard you talk about the per capita income. I mean, that's where we see the economy getting the thrust. Why don't you help me understand what are the strategies and initiatives in place for Kerala government to kind of boost the per capita income?
Yeah, starting with maybe the agriculture. One is agriculture. We can make like what Vietnam has done or other countries have done. 3 to 5 times you can increase the productivity. When the productivity comes, farmers' income also double, and you get the agro processing industry get it material at cheaper rate. Then they also become viable. Similarly, on animal husbandry, you can make easily the productivity of the milk cows or everything can be increased. So that agriculture, the productive sector is one. Second one is attracting more investment. So investment in not only ease of doing business, the cost of doing business, velocity of doing business, and the land. Like BCG report says that you need to have the land cost at the lowest. Probably in Kerala we have got limitations of land. But how do you bring reform so that land is made available for that? Then power at interactive grids and maybe open grid, private investment and energy markets. If you build like what Semcorp or what Singapore has done, I think this will attract more investment. China plus one strategy will also succeed then. And then the critical areas like strategic. We need. I always used to say there are three things which are important: yantra, tantra, and mantra. The tantra, the strategy has to be there, the long-term vision, so that you are able to 2 steps ahead of the rest of the world in both in technology, in capturing the market, data analysis. Like S&P gives the data about how many ships are going in, but how much of it I am able to attract. So if I need to be the world, I need to have a pie in the world trade, and no country is going to give non-tariff barriers or all these things are nothing but restricting the other people. So even standard setting bodies, for example, India should have a say in the standards, because you are the largest market. So that is where I think we need to allow the startups also to evolve into a scale up into bigger companies, like so that is where the funding. In fact, one suggestion which I am giving is 1% of the wealth of the billionaires in India you put in a scale up fund where you give it as debt or equity, so at a cheaper rate, then more investment is going to come, because other banking has got a limitation of 15 years. You invest, you allow only maximum 15 years. So you need long gestation projects, then invite various. Actually, we made alternate investment funds also, so that such projects would get financing in a lower rate and a long gestation. I think we need to look at in a comprehensive way, end to end. I think that is our should be strategy, and then that all should be aligned in that way. So you look at where India can play a bigger role. Maybe technology, we are one of the best in the world. So we need to attract more talents. Probably the tariff is also good opportunity for to attract more talents back into India. You make that ecosystem where you bring the industry, the academia, the and the R&D together. I think R&D funding has to increase. Then higher education expenditure has to increase. I think this is what we are looking at in the budget, in the coming budget also. In fact, we are in the process of setting up a global school where future technologies, both macroeconomics as well as future technologies are important. As Dr. Geeta Govinda has once mentioned, she was advising our Honorable CM. So that time she was telling the macroeconomics is one area. You are as a big country or the third largest economy, or you want to be the number one, then you should have very good macroeconomics economics in the country to produce. Maybe Harvard, everyone, very few might be going from India to learn economy. Economics is very similarly technology. So future technologies and techno-economics, you need technology will be viable only if it is make economic sense. Economics per se will not take you the country to next high level. So I think to come out of the middle income trap, I think these two are important. So we are setting a global school for techno-economics. Apart from these areas of wellness, care economy, space tech, and all other related areas.
So, two follow ups. First, on the ease of doing business, and second, on the China plus one strategy. One thing that market leaders say is kind of holding back the growth of India is the fact that center promises something in terms of ease of doing business, and the conversation is different at the state level. So, what do you have to say on the communication that goes between center and state? Because they say that's where the hindrance and ease of doing business comes up. Second, China plus one, which had mentions in the economic survey of 2024 when the July budget came in, it has not taken off, and now the tariffs have come into picture. So, what do you want to say on these two aspects?
Yeah. Actually, India is lot of states are there. Nothing national level policy has to be translated by the states. So states have got a big role to play. Not only state, I come down to the grassroots level, the local bodies. For example, Kerala decentralization is at the grassroots level is there. Now I asked Panchayat also to prepare a GDP. The local bodies also should be responsible for creating employment. How much employment? So we don't keep a data about how much employment you created. So Panchayat should be honest, have panchayat level GDP estimation, panchayat level employment generation, so that there is a focus. You should, it is not investor, is not somebody, is actually public money is actually private money is public money. Private equity is nothing but public's money. It's a common man wealth games. I used to say that, we are all playing with the common man wealth. It's a taxpayers' money. So we have to be responsible. So local bodies level investment promotion has to happen, because most of the local body, even if state says, a local body may say I am a self-government. So I think this is it has to start from the grassroots level. That is one thing. Second is China plus one strategy, as you said. We need to be, for example, Honeywell, the head was my classmate. So he had come to invest in one of the SEs. So the how you market also, the person was he is received by maybe somebody who was lower down. Talfer said, okay sir, अभी तो यहाँ खत्म हो गया, space नहीं है. He went to immediately to China. They wanted to take between China and India, which is the best place to invest. Yes, KPMG advised him to come to SEZ in our state. So how we market it. He went to China. He had a red carpet welcome. They know that is why this where our strategy has to be very, very important. Whom you want to attract, whom to promote, there has to be a end-to-end approach so that he is taken care of. People didn't know the worth of getting Honeywell into invest. So finally they went to China. So then two, three things which is very important, as I said, land allocation policy. Across the country, each state has got its own policy. Then you go to each local body, that panchayat or the local body has its own this thing. So you should have a uniform thing across the country so that policy, land availability, land allotment without less friction. So that the cost of doing business is also important, not only ease of doing business, because time is money. Like you say, Kala and time is the essence. Time, money value of time or time value of money, both are important. So cost of doing, velocity of doing business, how fast. So I think that is very important. That probably we are number one in the ease of doing business in the index last time. Probably we need to do. No, we need to show it so the investor get the confidence. Second is power cost. See, in India, power cost is the industry is charged high.
Yes.
And you are cross subsidizing somebody else.
Exactly.
It's the reverse. My daughter who is there in Singapore, she says, no, she won't even keep one light on if it is extra. Because, the cost is so high, people are aware. They will not use it. Like here we give anything which is free means people think that, okay, it's of no value. So, so the power cost for industry should be the lowest so that it becomes viable. So when industry grows, employment grows, and then naturally the economy grows, GDP grows. So I think this is a fundamental. Then innovations you need to promote, R&D and higher education. I think the R&D, the government has to spend maximum. For example, recently you saw the Indigo disruption.
Yes.
I have been telling you that you need to design your own aircraft. India being the largest market, I need not depend on somebody else. China is designing their own aircraft. It needs maybe 5,000 crores or so. No government has to invest. I don't think any private sector is going to invest that money. So government funded or government owned, but operated by private operator R&D. This is one thing which is going to drive India to the next level in R&D, innovation and product development. That is very crucial if you want to stay ahead of rest of. Otherwise, you will be only following somebody. Okay. And another thing is data. I was telling that Amazon, Flipkart, all these things are data. Why not to go? India developed open protocol. We tried first in the mobility side, then Uber, Ola, everybody came online. Now the ONDC is trying on the MSMEs how you can get into that. Amazon, Flipkart, why make them that anybody, any e-commerce company operating in India should have open data, so that data, so much of money, I think GST might be going out, maybe even fair supplier list, etc. So we need open data, which is the protocol which we developed in India should become, now we follow somebody else. By HTTPS, all these things, the protocols which are developed by somebody else, we are following. We should, that is why instead of AI, I think the world is looking for alternative. It's a capitalism, pure communism, both. But we need a mix of dharmic capitalism. The capitalism based on that way, instead of A, it is like SI is what is required. I think the dharmic capitalism, which the world is looking for an alternative model with a human touch, capitalism with a capital creation or the value creation with a human touch.